Now, a little word from the rain. Here's kind of a poem story. It's called Two Beat Kings. How's the microphone? You guys hear everything okay? Yeah? Good? Two Beat Kings. But Jim glides down Broadway, flopping a golden afro in some loose-kneed scarecrow walk, clutching the handle of a guitar case that holds an instrument that he can't really play, but maybe used to in another life. He catches the eyes from prostitutes, fresh from hotel rooms, with purses full of cash, and looks them square in the face through tiny spectacles and says, "Hey, baby." Like he's the coolest James Dean motherfucker in the whole world, never conscious of the sudden look of disgust in the hooker's expression when she sees him in the light and notices he's wearing moccasins. Peter moves with a tall man's stride and seems to never turn his head, but more perk his ears, letting gleaming straight teeth show through the crack of a smile that lingers and varies in size while listening to Jim's working girl routine. "Oh, well, aren't you a sweet little tart?" Peter dresses how one would imagine a New Yorker to dress if all you've seen of the Big Apple was through the cycloptic eye of a camera and reproduced in black and white or glorious technicolor to be displayed in any number of screens except for the one in his Sherlock Holmes-style pipe, which he stores in a custom case in the right-hand pocket of a black wool trench coat. Keeping the collar up in the cold coastal mist, they weave past the working girls and duck into an alley where Peter parallel parks his car between two dumpsters. Jim climbs over the driver's side and produces a brown paper bag with a six-pack of Budweisers and horse-cock cans and has one open before Peter can negotiate the compact out of the alley. Out with the spent can, cracking open another. "We can't have open containers now, can we, Peter?" Peter sips from the flask he keeps in his breast pocket. And they drive like this. They drive like this. They drive like this, beer after beer, pull after pull, cross town between blocks, down alleys and parking lots, bottoming out over the high center of the street and back into the next alley. 20 blocks later and one full beer remaining, they find their sweet spot parking open by the back door of Cafe Consumo. There they enter the dimly lit coffee shop with a glowing stainless steel espresso machine that seemed to be catching the reflection of every shaded light source in the room. Jim helps himself to the drip, while Peter orders a double straight with a side of cream. They select a table and sip their coffees in silence. "Is it time, Jim?" "Yes, Peter." Suddenly, like some superhero, Peter stands in his chair, whirling around while produces a haggard black marble memo notepad and addresses the coffee-goers and says, "Anyone ever play with poetry magnets?" I'll do the rest later. Thanks.
Yeah,
A little bit of aloha. Welcome, you guys. Welcome to Kukuā Studio. We got sign-ups for the Poetry Slam right there in that middle table. We could also use a couple of judges. If anybody's not going to read, that'd be fabulous. Is any one of you guys the person I was having that comical text conversation with earlier? Beautiful. Glad you made it. All right. So, first up, and the first time, this is for your first time at this event, isn't it? Beautiful. Please put your hands together for my good friend and your new friend, Bodhi.
you. Nice story, Bob. I really.
Thank you.
Hey, aloha, Ohana. These microphones are kind of usually odd for me. I've always had like a thing where like all of a sudden I have all these great ideas, right? And then I put a microphone here and then it's just, brain just goes silent. So I like to play around. Anyways, I'm doing, again, this is Bodie, and we're going to do, I guess, my first attempt at playing along with the Poetry Slam in a formalized format. So, following along storyline, we'll just start with the beginning. So, to the best of my recollection, as far as when I'm asleep and I'm dreaming and I'm getting down into closer, further away, sounds good. This is odd to me.
Right up in it, baby. You're doing great.
Close enough? We can hear it?
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Okay. Anyways, so first thing I can recall is just this darkness, right? Just an all-consuming darkness. And it was feeling very free and loose. And then started feeling like a little gel in action and gel in action and gel in action. And then it's just seeming like it's the shimmerings. And I'm feeling like I'm remembering like the first hydrogen, molecules, and they're starting to get closer, and they're closer, and there's closer, and there's closer, and then they're getting closer and agitated, and there's compression, and then there's gravity, and then boom, the ignition, and then there's fusion, and we got these suns rolling, and it was bright, and the light's all bright, and then these things are growing, and there's big suns, and this is happening again and again and again and again, and these large suns are growing, and then sometimes they're exploding and supernova, and these particles get shot out, and heavy particles and smaller particles, and all these things congregate, and then they happen to congregate here on this planet. And so I was enjoying the concept. First it was loose and free, and then now there's solidity and there's essence, and so I feel like he's got to jump into the flow since the beginning. Since the beginning of this fine show, for I feel connections through all the we. I feel connections to all reality. 'Cause in my base and beginning, it seems simple to my way. Some energy, some essence, an awareness. Where'd it come from? I don't even know, but it just popped in. So I started to flow with it, and then again, it's darkness. And the darkness. And then the long-tailed creatures swam up the canal. They entered the sphere. Thus I began, floating in a sea of darkness, supported by a lifeline. There was a brilliant light. Then came I, the concept of I is separate. Does that mean I am I and you are me and me, and we are, who are we all? Separations? That's clear. We all have identities and individualities, and that's wonderful. Or we're mass consciousness. Like a big ant colony, a bunch of humans cruising around doing all this kind of stuff, just doing this here, doing that there. It's independence. Gotta be my own self. Nobody's gonna be like me. I'm different than everybody else. Is that the one? Is that the concept of just being separate and different? Or the ant colony, it's going along, and I'm thinking about it. What really makes sense? So then it goes right back. All particles, all of the one, all living under the same fine sun. When I think about it, how'd I get here? My ancestors must have had some cheer. Live, die, multiply, keep the species going. Live, die, multiply, keep the species going. So I'm thinking about it and thinking about it again. I'm like, wait, deep down, that's the memory I'm hearing. When I'm seeing destruction, extra destruction for what? Like forests getting sowed down so somebody can have a fatter wad in their pocket. I'm like, ain't right or wrong. We're all individuals. It's an individual plan. But what about for the longevity of the species? And then it all kind of came clear. It's like, hey, I'm part of this human experiment. And my awareness kind of cruised into this body so I can roll around and see what happens and touch this hallowed ground. But it's clear. It's clear, and it brings me back to that state of cheer because it's so simple. We as humans on this planet, time to progress, to recall that these borders on our maps mean less and less and less, but the sacred ground beneath our feet, that sweet, sweet air, the water flowing down mountain streams, now about this we do care. For this ensures longevity of species, yes we be. The only way I can see it now is that great unity. So we'll embrace the separations and the differences that we have and be like, okay, yeah, I'm different, so are you, that's fine. But how about the longevity plan to keep this species alive? Now some people will say, hey, you know what, the humans are the problem anyways. Right or wrong, I don't care, I'm a human. And to keep the humans going for longevity, it's the same deal anyways. You got to take care of the land, got to take care of the water, and work along so we can all enjoy this game. It's a beautiful gift that we've been given, and that's where it came right back home. But we're still connected, belly to belly, still connected in that way. And now we're learning new avenues of how we can expand our positive ways. And then here we go. New days, new times. And it's really doubly down important to recognize, in my opinion, to be like, hey, we're all together here. Marginalizations of people. Oh, a color. Oh, a gender. Separate, better than, worse than. No. We're all one. We're all flow. And so the idea of letting, oh, hey, that person's marginalized, well, you know, that's not my concern. But, you know, I think nowadays, especially with the current political situation, somebody's marginalized. Like, whoa, hey, that guy's being marginalized. What's going on here? Now, we all one. So why is this a woman, a man, you know, young man, small man, the man with the no legs or something, gonna separate? No, we're all one. And even more so now. So this is what I'm recognizing now is this is the time. This perfect present moment is the time on this hallowed ground using this sacred ha so that I might express my aloha to the ohana gathered round. And that's just a reminder I have again and again and again to have compassion to all my friends, whether I'm knowing them intimately or not, or a simple somebody I see walking down the block. Compassion, understanding, because we have a game. Now these humans walking across this land with many a name, many a look, many a way, many a personality. But I say let's all get together to keep this world free. Aloha.
This guy's got some crazy stories. Give it up one more time for Bodhi Guy. Escape from Puna. Oh yeah, so judges, we're going to get this worked out. We have 5 judges, and if you are a judge, make your oh yeah, bring it up so I can hear you, see you, I mean, and I'll give you a little wink when I catch it.
Wait, that's right.
Yeah. There's one more. Cool. Beautiful. This next poet is also tonight's bartender. So you don't have to be extra nice to him just because he's our bartender. But you're going to be, you might be playing those players. Please put your hands together for John Ryan, the multi-talented cat.
So I've got one that I did, I'm gonna say like 14 years ago or 13 years ago. Crazy time, but it's kind of a culmination of 4 months and some Leonard Cohen and a bunch of acid and the West Coast and hitchhiking and car and Soundtrap Sector 9, and so it's a culmination of 4 months of that. And it's a therapeutic crack bed rest from NASA. A twinkle in the starry night, comforting a starry light, crack, 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 for a lonesome and loving soul. Search and sought for a light so bright, then sat and thought, brighten my light for another soul that seeks. Seeking a goddess to fall for me is half the story, as the story seeks its half. To find an interesting soul, to enter the rest of my soul. To find a seashell married to the sea, not worthy for the beauty I am I to be? Separation anxiety, separating my anxiety from me. Am I falling on beauty, or is beauty falling on me? A cast in the wind, a cast to the wind, a type cast splendidly. Personality, personally, a person's ally to align my person, pardon my corsage. Crack bed rest.
John Ryan. Pardon my corsage. You ever heard that line before? I did once I used it when I was in a junior high dance. We were getting freaky, doing that freak thing. I was the only 8th grader that could do it. Ooh, pardon my corsage, baby. Eighth grade was a good year. Radical. Whenever I read this next poet's name, I always think of this. I don't know if there are any Ben Folds 5 fans. Anybody? There's this really great Ben Folds 5 tune called Kate. Please put your hands together for Kate. I'm trying to think of the lyrics. I'll remember some of those lyrics. Oh, that's a good one.
Hello. This one's pretty short, and it's kind of just a definition of my life. Looking like lack of sleep and tattered clothes, smelling like saltwater waves and burnt coffee, sounding like hipster blues and vulgar language, tasting like pine needles and Jameson, feeling like scraped hands and bruised legs. Me. Looking like dirty feet and stardust, smelling like full life and coming home, sounding like beating hearts and questionable ideas, tasting like mountaintops in the entire goddamn universe, feeling like being lost and feeling like being found. Me. Looking like a wild mind full of love and full of rage, smelling like fear and flammable hearts, sounding like overused metaphors and deliverance, tasting like swallowed words and raw desire, feeling like this is all I ever wanted.
How many people this is their first time to the Poetry Slam? Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Good. Have you guys ever been to Poetry Slams in other places? Usually urban areas? Cool. Well, we're going to get this bugger up and going more and more and get ourselves... the plan is to get ourselves accredited with the National Poetry Slam trip. Cost some money and stuff, and then we could do things like send slam teams to Oahu to compete, and maybe the mainland and stuff like that. So that's on the agenda. A big list of things to do, awesomeness things to do. And one more. Oh, thanks, man. I can't even. All right. Cool. Oh yeah. This next poet, the first time ever here at Kukua Studio, was last night for our Thanksgiving celebration, our community potluck kind of kapila. It was a lot of fun, and we're gonna be doing that every year, I think, and it's gonna be really cool. Anyway, so he decided. I think he thought last night was a poetry slam. No, it's Thanksgiving, so we hang out. No, just kidding. Anyway, I'm nervously tearing paper. Everybody, please put your hands together for Joshua B.
So it's been a while since I did a slam, so pretty nervous, and I pretty much did slams in Kona, and so my nerves came back and they're pretty jittery. So I'll just jump right into it. Oh, oh, you got real high, huh? You get it high.
Right up in there.
The poem is called Tears, and it goes like this. It goes, why do we tell them to suck it up? Only babies cry. Because even the sky cries. Every day we change, and we need to go through the same cycles. To fall and rise, to need and reshape. Through these wonderful feelings, we breathe. Thank you.
That's a nice way to put a little bonnet on a poem. Through these wonderful feelings, we breathe. Cool. I gotta tell you, this is definitely one of my favorite nights of the month. Come out, Kukua Studio, and feel the community getting real, baby. Shit gets real in here, man. I can't remember one slam where there wasn't at least some portion of the evening where there were a couple of people getting hit very hard with by what's I'm saying, if not everyone. And that's thinking really beautiful. Thank you for that. All right, Megan. Yeah, Megan read last month. That's the stair walking music.
Alright, this one is called Should Have Known Better, and it's basically about how a song can evoke very specific, distinct memories, snapshot memories. Yeah. Steady 16th notes tapped on jean-covered thighs, a switch from minor to major, 3 notes played up and down on the keyboard. Together, they are late nights in the college library, studying through a blizzard. I can still smell the fresh wooden paint, feel the weight of my heaviest down jacket hugging my arms and chest as I bundled up to walk home in the pounding snow. They are driving from Nebraska to Colorado in late May. I remember realizing that I had never listened to that album outside of the state of Maine. As we crossed the state line, I remembered the grass instantaneously changing from dead summer brown to golds, greens, and purples, from horrible monotony to beautiful Americana. We just finished our audiobook on fundamental Mormonism because she joked she wanted me to be prepared for Utah. We drank bottled cold brew and ate dried seaweed and baby carrots. Then 14 months later, there was a meteor shower in New England. When bars closed that night, we made out behind the Berlin Wall. Yes, we hid so no one would see us behind that crumbled piece of concrete and rebar, oddly relocated across the Atlantic. We walked across the town to the ferry pier, sat on the wooden benches, and watched the sky. Steady 16th notes tapped on jean-covered thighs, a switch from minor to major, 3 notes on the keyboard.
So they have a piece of the Berlin Wall sitting in, where was that?
Portland, Maine.
In Portland, Maine? Like they got a chunk of it and brought it over? That's
But it's there.
That's iconic, I guess, yeah. Alright. Aloha, welcome to Kukua Studios Poetry Slam. If you guys would like to read, we have a sign-up sheet right there on that middle table. That's where you go. Enjoy. Alright. Yeah, friends everywhere. Hi, my name is Bub Pratt, and I'm the curator here at Kukua Studio. And I just got my biannual haircut from my mother. You can't make that stuff up. It's the only haircut she knows. Alright. What, your mom only had clippers? Yeah, right. Yeah, Mom and I get together and have margaritas, and after a couple, she's like, okay, I'll start your hair now. I'm like, cool, let's go, Mom. It's like, you have so much more hair than your little brother. Anyway, alright. Our next poet. Oh yeah. I don't know, did you read here before? I can't remember. I think I will remember here soon. No, wait. Chad, you read here last month, right? No, you didn't. You threatened to. But you're doing it this month. Feel free. Please give Chad a big round of applause.
This is something I started writing in 2010. It's kind of dark and unfinished. Should have a happy ending at some point. But this is for a kid named Garrett. It's called The Breaker or the Broken. Are you the breaker or the broken? The answer's unspoken. You wear it beneath your sleeves, then beneath it bleeds. It cuts deep, like a knife from my back. When it cuts through, it's like a kamikaze attack. It's like, you do the crime, but I do the time. No wonder when I speak, I gotta do it in a rhyme, but it's like, are you the breaker or the broken? You act like you don't know him. True love is a game for you, is just a token, and a silly game we play where we give our hearts away. Are you the breaker or the broken? The truth is, we're both them. That's all I got. Thanks.
There's all kinds of ways people pump themselves up before they come up and bust out a poem. Some people do it in the parking lot on their way here. Not that Chad was doing that, but I saw him getting himself pumped up. Killing it. That's what I do every time I jump off a cliff. All right, judges, Chad. I can read that one, not that one.
Just see one that's already the same score.
Yeah, it's easy. I'm wondering, should we get new ones, or should we just keep these guys and just keep the recycling thing going? I'm game for recycling anytime. All right. So we got a handful of poets left here for our first round of the Poetry Slam. We're going to do 2 whole rounds. And so I hope everybody has 2 poems. I think most of y'all do. So please put your hands together now for Sarah S.
Hello everyone. I'm here to perform a poem I wrote maybe a half hour ago called Dear Mother. I am writing to you today to apologize, Mother Earth. It pains me to see your beauty exploited without any restraint, threatening our basic rights. Water is life. I know you have no means of protecting yourself. I am the invasive species, overpopulating gluttony at its finest. But I could bring a positive change. There are multiple perspectives, and that is why I have come to the conclusion as to why you always seem to forgive me. Letting me live and not asking anything from me, other than staying conscious. Know that I still believe I can bring back the trees and save our oceans. You and I can coincide. No more building walls. We must knock them all down. I'm willing to let go of the ego now. Ready to learn. Please let me atone for my wicked ways and save the rest of humanity. I beg you, before it's too late, I love you, sincerely. Thank you.
Rockin' some poetry tonight. Rockin' some poetry tonight. You're speedy. Woo! So here at Kukwa Studio, we have a lot of fun things happening. Tomorrow night, we're going to be having a Kickstarter kickoff for a brand new comic book series. It's going to be really fun. This guy, Josh Fay, he's the creator. And you got your numbers in? I'm playfully bantering while we're waiting. We've got this cool evening planned where we've been recording the audio for his first book, first edition. What do we call that? Pilot? No. You're
Calling it like a graphic production?
for graphic production, yeah. And so we're going to be showing the comic book up on the screen, and we're going to get the sound that we recorded.
The voice work,
All the voice work, background, sound effects, blah, blah, blah. We did this whole kind of thing here and recorded the audio for it. And so, should be fun. We'll see. I mean,
making a bunch of cookies.
Yeah, Josh works at the bakery. Yeah, so please swing out. We're raising awareness and donations to get his comic book
Color.
rolling up off the ground
Yeah.
called Brothers Battle, and it's a modern day. Yeah, it's just takes place slightly in the future, and a lot of today's maladies happening within it. Anyway, oh yeah, cool. This next poet told me she's got a new poem, and I can't help but be kind of excited to hear it. I hope y'all are excited to hear it. Why don't you tell her how excited you are to hear Asia's new poem? I give her a round of applause.
This one is called Steel Walls. I love a closed door, stainless steel, all weather constructed, like I'm in a vault, protects me from the storm in my conscience. My vision's been slightly blurred, I see the world as gray and silver. Learn that the only difference between the two is that one shines. Blow smoke in the webs, get high with the spiders. I was lost and I found me inside of Charlotte as I got sucked in her spinnerets. It became my modern yin yang. I was born through the vines. Its harmony touched dull. I wanted to waltz with the thing that shined. Slide the screen door and felt the warmth from the balcony floor defrost my toes. I see the pink in the tree's flowers, and I never seen in color before. Even the butterflies are like ghosts. Sub umbra floreo. Under the shade we flourish. My roots dug deep. It rained for years, my soil got wet. I broke through the concrete, scared to betray my inner me. Tulips, Grandma. I'm not ashamed. Those pink pretty flowers. My faith and my sins at war. Anarchy, like a revolving door in the middle of Times Square on New Year's Eve. Gasping for air, my shame chokes my insecurities. It's a different world. Tossing and turning, pancaked, eyes battered red. I'm fucked in the head, veins like a balloon. I stick a needle in it. It pops in my thoughts, whistles around the room, then it drops. Suddenly it stops. I could hear my pulse and my wrist beat. It caused me to notice the silence. Cause and effect. I took a few shots, I mean a lot, now I'm buzzed. Cause and effect. My heart's been broken too many times, now I'm scared to love, questioning everything. I gained my faith back when I bit into ice cream with my sensitive teeth. It hurt and it shocked me. I realized all at once. I put sugar in my coffee and it tastes sweet. The sun comes up because the world turns. Clouds do draw pictures in the sky. Someone's wrong is right, even if the right is wrong. Master Splinter on my right, got Shredder on my left. Battling life with no feelings. I went numb to the rest. I put the combo into the safe, open and smell the door from the salt in the ocean. Living life all wrong. Guess I got caught up with pain and emotions. Thank you.
Keep writing, sister. Right. We got some fabulous prizes tonight for our poets. Top 3 poets. Little risky prizes. I'll let you know later. One more hand, please, for Asia. Judges, you guys are so radical. Radical. Everything is awesome. Dude, we just had a... Jeez, that just came out.
No, I was sending that to you like 5 minutes ago.
We just had a 5-year-old's birthday party here. It was a Lego party. It was awesome. We had a Lego movie. It was awesome. Everything was so awesome. Anyway, and if you don't know that song, then you think I'm just being weird. Which I am anyway, but that's okay. All right, next poet. Let's keep this bugger rolling, bub. Everybody, please put your hands together for Jace. Yeah. Jace.
Wonderful stairwalking music. All right, I don't have too much introduction for it. I wrote almost all of it just a little while ago, but here we go. Right now, I'm grateful for people and the human experience. The ways we move and perceive and show capacity for change, the ways we want and present ourselves, and how we receive. Relationships between struggles and their opposites. The colors of a rainbow come with rain. Shapes of shadows come with blocking out the light. These are the things I think about when I think about running. They're what I say when I'm safe, or when I want to embody the boogie board that moves with force to create the wakes and the waves in the kids' swimming pool. Contrived conflict makes shapes of concrete from aqueous confessions through collisions in space that I cannot control, or can control, both. Share with shapes sized satisfactorily. Spontaneity is the child's middle name. Brevity, naivete, abrupt edge. These are a few of my favorite things. The sounds and associations of the words make a linguist of myself inside. A linguist from no place within this lifetime or the six before. No origin that I can trace or believe, physical being. It's not a problem, but I can't help but feel new, unneeded, and problematic. Indigenous is impossible. Grateful for what we have and how we are here now. Relationships between struggles and their opposites. The colors of a rainbow come with the rain. Shapes of shadows come with blocking out the light. Rainbow, rain. Shadows come with blocking out the light.
Aqueous Confessions? Did I hear that right?
I think so.
That's cool, man. I had to write that down. Ooh, aqueous Confessions. Gonna have to figure out what that means. It's take a minute to let my head wrap around it. All right. Because I'm slow. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, I only caught one. No, I caught that one. And then, yeah, it is. All right. Cool, so we got one more poem left for this round, and I hope that everybody has another poem ready for the second round. We're going to combine the two total scores for each poet, and at the end of the night, we have a fabulous awards ceremony. So, without further ado, please welcome for her first time here on the Cuckoo Owl Studio stage, Danielle.
Thanks for having me. I'm pretty nervous. I think great. Like everybody can feel. Woo! They call me Black Moon Lilith, here to evolutionize your mind. Down your spine, can you feel the divine between your legs? Sacrifice the reflex to beg for permission. The illusion of chastity is an imposition. That sensation is a holy place. With a goddess grace, beauty embraces you and makes you shake till you overcome and your ego breaks
and you scream in the name of creation. All I'm saying is, thank God for masturbation.
I'm not gonna, no. I'm gonna, just judges, yes please, thank you. No one knows the taste of their own foot better than I. I mean, I know a lot of people who know the taste of their own foot as well as I, but I'm not in the mood. Right, we got, oh, sister.
She wasn't equipped with that.
Oh, okay. Beautiful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a 10-minute break and come back with another round of poetry from all our fabulous poets who wish to partake in the second round. Please feel free to libate in your preferred fashion, and we'll get back with another sacrificial poem to warm up the second round. Thank you again for coming out. Please give all our poets a huge round of applause.
Gentlemen, Black Friday deals have arrived at JCPenney, meaning you can get a head start on your shopping to score on major deals. So step up your game and be...
Here, I got the playlist set, bro.
Oh, play it! God!
Told me I needed the playlist and I got it set.
Oh, thank you! Thank you! John Ryan to the rescue, everybody!
We're gonna build some better bridges.
Good. Because, man, there's nothing...
Play a nice song for you. I hope you
worse
love
than the biggest of big holidays.
My heart's been broken at the ends they fell asleep building. My lungs are wax and my bits are burning and breathing. The stock breaks off off and carrying red hands out now for working life. Where
Listening right now, struggling, feel like giving it right now. I pray for you, pray that you come back home. I pray that you understand that you're never alone. I pray for the single mothers and the deadbeat dads. Drop the kids off and go party gets me mad. So I pray for peace, I pray for change. Keep on praying when everything stays the same. And I pray for the pastors and all of the churches and those who cry like song following hearses. I pray for you, pray for the sick and the poor. Pray for the rich man who don't get to the Lord. And I pray for wisdom. And I pray for power, and I pray for being ready in the final hour. And I pray for those who keep judging ministry. And I pray for my friends and my enemies. Yeah. Come Can somebody help me up? Oh. eyes to share aloha and the light. So love and let go. Love and let go. Love and let go. That's the next day when it's in the book was standing high. Love and let go. Love and let go. Love and let go. That's the next day when it's in the book was standing high. Love and let go. Love and let go. Love and let go. Nothing gonna change because of your judgment. I am what I am. I is what I is. I'm not gonna change because of your judgment. Love and let go. Love and let go. Love and let go. That's the next thing. But the moon was standing high. Love and let go. Love and let go. Love and let go. That's the next thing. But the moon was standing high. Love and let go. Yeah, my heart.
Think you wanna ride the groove, it's the start, shake the beat will make us slide. When the song starts to go, you know it's time to go. The way the lips off, the baby's gonna go. I turn like you see it, crazy, gonna ride or you can go free. Keeping up the vibe, time to fall. It's the name of the game, you wanna see it, check the booty, but there ain't no shame. When you need to fight, the punk is hot. Don't feel like you're too hot. When you need to fight, the punk is hot. Don't feel like you're too hot. Through the aisle, making sure you got everything will make you smile. The second thing's wrong, but don't have gas. On the ship, everybody is on first class. We're all frequent flyers, we're ready to rock. Come by, get on time, need to look at the clock. So please raise the train table to first class set. Put it back, coming down on the mothership. Playing for you guys tonight. Now, give yourself a hand for being super funky. Alright, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Big round of applause. And big thanks to the tavern for having us. Give your bartender a hug. Give your neighbor a hug because they've been a part of the funky experience. You guys deserve to be happy and smiling. And we got Matt over here ready to bust out a bunch of killer DJ grooves to make sure you're going all night long. And of course, last but not least, we definitely enjoyed MC Breach and Friends before. Dollar Tree, they can stay after a bunch of music without continuing on. Come to Gratitude out here, and we're just going to finish up and get the fun live on.
There it is. All right. Getting back rolling with the Poetry Slam. Everybody feeling good? Woo! Welcome again to Kukuwa Studio. And we're going to start off with, I'm going to finish that story. You guys like to hear the rest of that story? So these guys, they cruise through the city and they wind up in this cafe. And they have this thing planned out, and so one of those guys, his name is Peter, he stands on his chair, whirling around like some superhero while producing a haggard black marble memo notepad and says, "Anyone ever play with poetry magnets? Delirious beauty leaves one drunk and shaking like a goddess in the raw dreamy mist, but we soar in music and luscious diamond light, letting our feet lather in the languid juices of 1,000 whispering blue summers. In a lazy, sleepless place, Mary reads white with a chocolate shine, while red-skinned girls chant an easy forest language, incubating a tiny vision of eternity. And Rousseau is playfully puppy-tripping those who lie with their enormously swollen tongues. They say, watch the mad death apparatus, wax fast and drool, peach honey shadows. Moments of recall hit me bloody. When did he cry behind an iron void, urging floods to manipulate our reflections when none think of swimming or rust, as we fiddle, fall, and heave as water knifes away. Pink. He slowly sits and sips his crema. Welcome to the Poetry Slam of November. Our first poet for the second round. We're going to run through this because we're going to be tight on time. I'm going to stop my mellow out on the banter and we're going to jam. Y'all ready? Put your hands together for Voted Guy.
Hey, I'm really digging your story and your use of the English language, Bob. MC rocking it. Hey, aloha, I'm back and I recognize that we're on a tighter time schedule than usually I operate with, so I will keep this brief. I will use brevity and cut through my normal elongated verbiage to condense the vision, to hone it, to be concise, and therefore I will say in as clear and simple a language as possible that love. Okay, a word, a four-letter word, right? Some vibration, it's all over, it's there, it's here, and it's something we're looking for, something we're finding, something we want to grasp or grab, or something we feel sad if we don't feel we have it. But then again, if we look inside, there it resides if we choose to see it, because we're always stepping on the perfect hallowed ground, and we're always breathing that sacred breath. Now, like Thich Nhat Hanh once said, selfish craving is the cause of all human suffering. So if we can dispel with that open our eyes. Even if we're blind or have no ears, open our inner eyes, open our awareness to reconnect. Take a breath. Recognize that we have choice in every moment to wake up, to look up, to see what we want to do and change it and be the next evolution. So here we are tonight. On this hallowed ground, we stand or sit. We listen to amazing poets spinning verse and using minds and tongues, linguistic beauty. I thank you all that are performing and that are observing. And I shall tarry no further with my own verbiage and say, have a great evening. In much love, aloha.
That's a good way to start the second round. Yeah. We're jamming. You can skip if you want. If you don't have another, yeah, right? No way. Okay. Oh. Move. Cool. All right. Ready, John Ryan? Yeah, John Ryan.
Go Libator! Go Libator!
Okay, so I forget. Let me think for a second before we go. I forgot there was 2 rounds. Okay. Quite so. Let's see. Okay, I'll go for, it's a 2-part piece, just because I'm funny like that. Red Lopman. What? Revloptolin. It's hard to say. I just fucked up when I wrote that poem. It's another one I wrote from like 14 years ago, so it's cool. Part of the learning experience. Revloptolin. Now I gotta remember which one that was. Digital pro plus projecting ourselves digitally. Seamlessly we seem to seam ourselves together. What holds us together? Threads, strings, shoes. Whose shoes are... Okay, I'll collapse on that one. Next one. Cold. Cold. To be cold and to feel me die. Double chatter, clatter in my back compounds on itself, and selflessly I put myself here on a cold shelf to read a book about sunlight. To truly be God, you must freeze the night before.
John Ryan's cut off, everybody. Beautiful. All right. Our next poet is all right. Please put them out together. Kate.
This poem is called Inevitability. I'm that book that wrecks you halfway through and doesn't get any better. I'm that story that doesn't add up no matter how many sides you hear. I am that sink full of carefully stacked dishes that will fall and shatter before you get around to washing them. No matter how you look at me, no matter how you rearrange me, no matter how many good and pure intentions you have for me, I'm not the sunshine. I don't land with grace. I am not the rain. I do not look beautiful when I fall. The world never told you about the overdoses and the suicides. The world never told you about me.
So, Joshua, are you ready, bro? Light my eyes. I got it, though. Ow. Ow. Joshua. Ready, bud? Yeah, Joshua D.
So I'm pretty much just gonna read this one, and it's called the Mysterious Wave and Its Friend. It goes like this. The recollection of the injury, as if the wave seemed hungry for me, as I was lured by its pure beauty, pitching over me. In its maw, another world of its wicked chasm, of its surfer's glory. To my surprise, it enclosed, and in the foam I hit those stones, as it quenched its evil thirst, because it's been so long of a summer's slumber. With baby waves splashing along its encrusted stones, now the sweet taste of blood. It spoke to that wave that got me, as it wades yet again. Unknown to most surfers, for its next victim tax-free. Free of blame, Mr. Krusty is happy at the sea. Two halves were apart, with my blood quenched by the salt, to heal my mistakes, and the doctor sewing the wound of that blue, foamy day. A seed of respect was lodged in me for the ocean's unpredictability, for Mr. Krusty's evil ways. Thank you.
Joshua was telling me about a poetry thing that you guys do in Kahala every week or every month or something? Once a month? What day is that on?
It's like on a Monday.
Monday?
Just go to the library.
To the library. Cool. Oh, cool. Cool. Thanks, man. Hope you make that out. Kid. Got it. All right, where's Megan? There she is. Everybody, please put your hands together for Megan.
Okay, this one is called Seagulls and Mangoes, and it's about lessons learned from falling in love. The first week I met you, the seagulls were so loud. We cursed their rooftop hangouts just outside our window, their 4 a.m. chatter. The sunrises were too bright, too. They pierced through my window, through the sliver in the blinds, far too early in the morning. I was unamused by the city. The buses and cars and garbage trucks might as well have been bombs or airplanes or fire alarms. I had only known quiet towns out west for the last year. I was used to skies so quiet I could hear birds flapping their wings and gusts of wind coming through pine trees. So I slept with white noise in my ears and fabric over my eyes. I wanted to block it all out. By Sunday night, the noise and lights didn't bother me anymore. I slept deeply with you in my arms, or if I didn't mind. The city was no longer some enormous concrete block of people and movement and noise. It became manageable. It became exciting. We walked through the streets, finding taxidermy and succulent shops, or sat in cafe windows, watching strangers walk by. We ate sticky mangoes on the bedroom floor, bought irises at the market, and laughed at all the sand we had tracked in from the beach. I still dream of mountains and granite and dirt, but I've learned that there's beauty in humanism too. In awkward cobblestone streets, in 90s cover bands, in that green bridge between New Hampshire and Maine, and in late night Thai food. I've learned to stop defining beauty in such narrow terms. I've learned that ugly and beauty aren't two separate things so long as you pay attention to the way that the sunlight hits just before dusk.
Taste poetry. It's a flavor. Like skateboarding past the bread shop. Cool. All right, gang. I really want to go. We got five more poets. Including Chad, who's going to be coming up. But man, we're going to have to switch from clapping to snapping in a little bit. So as long as we get ourselves mentally prepared, we can go through the whole poetry slam and do fun, and the top poets can get their fabulous prizes. Can we do that? You guys want to go snapping instead of clapping? Let's try it. Let's try practice with Chad. Please put your snaps together for Chad. Yeah! We can talk like regular volume up here and stuff, but I think it's going to be, we're pushing the time thing here.
You guys are radical.
This is something I started writing 2 years ago. It's found some more relevance more recently. Let's go back and live like the Indians. They were alright until we became friends with them. The white man's burden was the devil's free ride. Call me a traitor, but I'd fight at the native side. So the white man's burden was the devil's free ride. Call me a traitor, but I'd fight at the native side. The green corporations that took out the Cherokee nations. Something we see today, but who's brave enough to face them. Stand up at the pipeline, free up those closed minds. Open your eyes, we all see, even though the media tries to keep us all blind. The trials and tribulations faced by nations and nations, they don't mean much if we're too scared to stand up and face them. The same corporations, oil. In 1830, Jackson sent them on the Trail of Tears, only to make a move in another 30 years. Hunt all day and fuck all night. Tell me the Indians weren't closer to the light.
No, we're practicing. That's okay. We got it's all okay. Just wanted to practice for 5 minutes from now. No barking. Fuck you. Okay. Chad. Yes. Sarah. It's ready. Sometimes we have had DJs and stuff, special guests. And I think we're working on a special guest for our next poetry slam next month. It's gonna be a lot of fun for your friends. Everybody, let's put our snaps together for.
Hello everyone. I got inspired on my 15 to 16 hour flight here and just traveling and stuff. So it's about having traveler's feet, which I'm sure we can all relate since we're here. My head is always in the clouds. Sometimes I can no longer touch the ground. I disconnect myself to reconnect with the world. Another adventure, another place. I can never slow my pace. I have traveler's feet. Too much to do and too much to see. For me to stay here, that would nearly kill me. I am as free as the wind itself. Only God in my heart can guide me now. But when I say I love you, I mean it. Even if I'm not always around for you to see it. One day we will meet again, and it will feel as if I had never left. We will tell each other stories from all the times that we missed, but most of all appreciate the time that we are given. Time is a valuable thing, just like life. That's why I have to go. I hope you understand. There are mountains to climb, seas to see, cultures to learn, valleys to cross, peace to find, songs to sing. Traveler's feet, keep me walking. Be free. Thank you.
Sarah S. All right.
Oh. Get your finger over it. There's a little picture and then a number on the corner. Ready? Snaps. Danger.
I'm going to read this one in honor of my brother's birthday. It's called Airing Dirty Laundry. My absence flooded the city, my mind racing like people through Harlem trying to catch the next train. Looking for a quick fix, I walked the corners, left and right. I was right when nothing was left. I always get lost in my feelings. I look up to those with their hands out and their street signs asking for money. As we invade their homes, ignoring their existence. As we walk right by them as they lay on the grounds that we spit on. My heart and brain, two total opposites, like yin and yang. My heart says help the guy that will be out in the cold tonight. My brain says that I don't have an extra dollar to spare. So as I lay my head on my pillow tonight, I think of the people laying their heads on the concrete. As I begin to pray that they find some warmth, my father is beating my mother in the other room. She's crying, but he is yelling. My little brother is in the corner, covering his ears, shivering uncontrollably like a newborn left in the cold. My younger brother is on the porch lighting up some crystal telling us to go to bed and ignore it. I listen because my older brother is the smartest person I know. I know my little brother now by my side, still shivering. We place our hands together. I then pray for his warmth and hope for pureness to grow strong in his soul. For me, it's too late. Walking the corners looking for answers. I give the guy that says he's hungry my last $5. He goes and buys crack, lights it up right in front of me. He falls to the ground smiling. The look in his eyes make him seem so comfortable. So I smile at the comfort he's found in the streets, the love that he's found in being alone, the reassurance that he's getting from his drugs, because I am sober and I am no better than him. I smile because I was jealous of him. I was jealous of his comfort. I was jealous of the love and reassurance that he felt. I fiend for that feeling of comfort, so I go and snag a bottle of whiskey. I drink it until I go numb. I find myself standing in a dirt field watching kids do backflips off of an old mattress. The sun is barely going down and already the hookers are out. I see them stumbling their way through the alleys trying not to step on each other's toes. I find no comfort in the bottle of whiskey I drown my spirit in. So I waddle back to a home-cooked meal. My little brother smiled as I walked through the door, just as he always does. My older brother is passed out. My mom too focused on trying to act happy, she didn't notice that I was drunk. My dad packing my older brother's things, ranting about kicking him out. I grab a plate and hurry up to my room. The days go by as I think of a way out. In class, my teacher asked me to share some of my happiest moments. I told her I love when the stars are out and how when I'm laying Pitch black in my room, the moon seeps through my silk curtains, giving me a silhouette of hopes and dreams across my walls. She looked at me funny, so I began to lie. I made up stories about family vacations and how my older brother got engaged. I lied so much that people believed that I was actually happy. After school, I walked a few blocks and I found my older brother. I lay next to him on the ground. We cried together as I told him about my day in class. I pulled the whiskey from my backpack and we took a few shots. I gave him my $10 allowance for the month, and then I kissed his dirty cheek. He told me to go home because our little brother needed to smile. As I walked away, he said, "Keep making people believe that you're happy." Ever since then, I've been smiling because my older brother is the smartest person that I know. Thank you.
I don't think I can. You can read that like. Oh, man. Next up, please put your snaps together for Jace.
Alright. Might be a little different. Bear with me here. Hold some space for a second. Stream of consciousness is real, and a creek is what feeds it. Becomes a river, builds in its power. Waterfalls create from the water above it. The ice caps melt, create more freedom. The movement and the life, it comes all the way down. The rivers move into the oceans. Level 0, that's 0. Everest at 27,000. Is 0 0? Not if it raises. The records will fall because of technicality, not ability or training or future technique. Because the systematic approach is flawed, didn't account for the changes of the globe that we create. Can we create it? Do we have the power to change it? If the oceans are rising, 0 becomes 1. When 0 is 1, 27,000 adds 1. It's a problem, it's an issue. How do we address it? It's every day, it's all the time. Your dollar is your vote. We change it, we change it. Are we conscious of our living? It's a choice, it's a reality, it's a reality. Open your eyes and believe it. We move and we act, we believe what we are. We have consciousness and identity. You choose who you are.
Okay.
Good, thank you. All kinds of ways. Yeah, right. One more time for Jace. All right. Now, up for our last poet of the evening. Please put your snaps together. Oh, I'm gonna grab. myself. All right, thanks. You guys are so patient. Thank you so much. Cool. Let's snap it up for Danielle.
So, just to give you guys a little bit of context, I wrote this the day after the election. Sitting by a banyan tree, smoking a spliff, by myself, feeling free, feeling vaguely uneasy. So many things I can't comprehend, I can't see. What has or will become of me? The earth, my home. I'm never alone, and yet somehow I'm always lonely. I flow free, me and the sea. This is what I am, she is me. I've come to defend her, but I sit here feeling sickly, strong in will, and it might be killing me. But I'm under this banyan tree, and he is me, tuning in, flowing freely. I'm never alone. Just 'cause I can't own what I don't know doesn't mean the truth is eluding me. I share this with you because I can see, smell, taste, hear, feel that you are me.
Let's snap it up one more time for all the fabulous poets. Yeah. Wow. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to have the judges. You guys are helping me so much. This whole thing, cruising. And oh, big love and aloha. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming out to Cuckoo House Studio for the November's Poetry Slam. One more time, let's snap it up for all the poets. And John Ryan on bar. And all the first timers here. Tell your friends. Thank you. We're gonna have a little awards ceremony in just 5 or 10 minutes. If you feel like hanging out, feel free to hang out. Love ya.